So if you're struggling with dating apps as a brown guy, it's not because of extensive research studies showing how dating apps just don't work for brown men, and it's not your genetics. Your profile lacks this quality. It lacks the female gaze. And in this video, I'm going to be breaking down 3 examples of photos that you probably have in your profile right now that are lacking that female gaze, and what you should do to your profile instead, what photos you should replace these with to bring about that female gaze and get that high interest from women. Now, real quick, I want to break down the difference between male gaze versus female gaze. So female gaze is interests and things that appeal to women. Male gaze is interests and things that appeal to men. And the number one way to really show this when it comes to the dating scene is through online dating, through these dating apps. So these 3 common examples are types of photos that I've seen a lot of brown men have, and I'm really going to break down what you as a brown man should be doing instead. The first type of photo that's very common that I see all the time is this flex photo, right? Flexing with a nice car in the background. Flexing with like a private airplane or a private jet in the background. These are all examples of photos that display more of that male gaze, not the female gaze. At the end of the day, you smoking a cigar, you having a cool car, that's going to appeal more to men. In fact, women don't give a fuck about that stuff. You gotta just stop flexing with materialistic items. Instead of having these types of photos, I suggest you opt for an activity-based photo. Something that showcases you having a fun lifestyle. So it could literally be a photo of you hiking on a nice mountaintop with like a dope background. It could be a photo of you on an ATV or a dirt bike, like the photo I have right here. A woman is going to be way more intrigued of a photo of you doing a really dope activity, say surfing, or you riding like an ATV in a really dope location, and on like say your Hinge profile, you tag the location as where you were at. That's going to be way more intriguing to a girl than a photo of you flexing with some fancy car in the background or a jet in the background. And let's be honest, bro, that photo of you flexing with a jet in the background, she's not dumb. She's gonna know it's not yours. It's much better to replace these types of photos with an activity-based photo. Now, the second type of photo that I've seen a lot of men mess up on, that I've seen a lot of brown men mess up on, is having that physique-based photo, but doing it in a very cringe type of way. If you're a brown guy who's shredded, who's in good shape, yes, you're going to stand out tremendously compared to all the other brown men who have that like kind of non-bred, skinny fat physique. So you should showcase your physique 100%. And showcasing your physique is a great way to bring about that female gaze. But the problem is, if you're a brown guy who's in shape, there's a good chance you're doing this wrong. In fact, a lot of guys do this wrong in general, and that's by showcasing it through doing a mirror gym selfie, or just like a mirror selfie in general, or like one of those shirtless photos in their bathroom, or a shirtless photo of them at the gym with like their cell phone. You don't want these mirror selfies. You don't want these shirtless selfie type of photos. You want to opt for a more natural type of photo of you shirtless. So I have a couple examples of this on the screen, right? Of what you should be doing. So an example right here, this is a photo of myself. You guys have seen this one all the time. You see how it's not cringe? It's me in like a natural environment, walking in a pool. You see how I don't have a selfie of myself in front of a mirror, how it's in a much better environment, a more natural environment. Another example is this example of my buddy Lewin. He's a photographer. But you see how this is a more natural shirtless photo, right? He's not posing in front of a gym mirror. He's sitting by the poolside in a more natural environment, staring off into the distance. You want to do more natural shirtless photos. You sitting by the poolside, you walking around by the poolside, you about to go surfing on the beach, you walking around on the beach. These bring about the female gaze. Now, at the same time, you don't want every single photo of you to be shirtless on your dating app profile. That also is pretty cringe as well. But having one or two photos, if you're in good shape in a more natural environment, shirtless, really brings about that female gaze, man, as opposed to, locker room mirror selfies or just shirtless mirror selfies in general. Now, the third type of photo that a lot of men have, especially a lot of Indian men, because they tend to be more family oriented or friendship oriented in a sense, is they have this photo with like their family around them, or they have a photo with a lot of their, friends, their bros, like all around them, right? In the photo. At the end of the day, when it comes to the female gaze, you want the focus to be on you. When she's swiping on these apps, you don't want her to get distracted with all these other people around you in the photo or standing directly next to you. And so many guys mess this up. They'll take a photo with their bros, and a lot of times their bros might even be mogging them, right? They might be a little bit better looking than them. They might be taller than them. Even if you're taller than your friend, at the same time, when it comes to the female gaze, you want her to be focused solely on you. Even if you're mogging your friends, you're better looking than your friends, at the end of the day, there's still a distraction just because there's just in general other people in the photo. And the same thing goes with the family-based photo. Why are you showcasing photos of your mom and dad, your brother and sister in your photos? Those are topics that you need to discuss on the date rather than just showcasing them through pictures on your Hinge or Bumble profile, man. Instead, it's better to replace a family or friendship oriented photo with a photo of you sitting down with like a nice outfit at a coffee shop with a drink in your hand, or sitting down at a bar with a nice drink in your hand. One of the best photos that gets so many likes on my dating app profiles, or just always gets good comments, is this type of photo right here. A photo of me sitting down at a bar with a drink in my hand. I showed you the example of myself with a drink in my hand. Here's another great example of my buddy Luin sitting down at a table. This type of photo really gets the girl thinking in her head, really bringing about that female gaze. She starts kind of thinking about what dates would be like with you. If she finds you attractive and you have this type of photo, man, she's gonna start thinking about the date already in advance, visualizing going on a date with you. And that's the power of this type of photo. It brings about that vision of what a date with you directly would be like. So this is just a great photo to have on your dating app profiles to replace those, family types of photos, those photos with your friends. Great type of photo. Highly recommend you have the photo of you sitting down at a coffee shop or a bar with a drink in your hand, man. Really intrigues her, brings about that female gaze because she starts wondering what that date is going to be like with you. And by the way, man, speaking of dating and attracting women, the top link in the description is my South Asian Warriors school community. This is a school community I'm building up, helping South Asian men who are trying to level up in their dating life. So if you're interested, be sure to check it out by clicking that first link in the description and join the South Asian Warriors school community, man. Now, just to recap, what you don't want in your dating app profile, what's preventing you from getting matches, getting that female gaze, is one, having those photos with all these assets, cars, the private plane in the background. Instead, opt for photos showcasing hobbies, interests instead. Second off, avoid those cringy mirror selfies, gym selfies. If you have a good physique, showcase it in a more natural way. Showcase it, you sitting by the poolside, you walking on the beach, you with a surfboard about to go surfing on the beach, right? These are all examples of more natural based photos where you can showcase a physique if you have a good physique, as opposed to having some cringy gym mirror selfie, man. And yes, having a good physique, having at least 1 or 2 photos in a more natural environment showcasing your physique will really bring about the sex appeal, will bring about that female gaze 100%, but you don't want to make it super try hard, super cringy with these gym or just mirror selfies in general. And lastly, ditch the photos with all your family and friends all around you. When it comes to the female gaze, she needs to narrow in, lock in on you. And one of the best ways to do that, to get her creative juices flowing, to her really just imagine going on dates with you, right, is to have a high quality photo of you at a coffee shop or a bar holding a drink or having a drink in your hand. This gets those wheels turning in her head. She starts gazing and starts envisioning what a date would be like with you. And if you follow all the tactics that I'm telling you in this video, you should not have a problem attracting women, getting the female gaze, and getting more matches, even if you're a brown guy, even if you're a South Asian guy, man. Ignore the statistics. Ignore all the BS a lot of brown people like to state about their genetics and them being brown being the reason why they can't get women. So with all that being said, again, if you're a South Asian guy who's struggling with your dating life, be sure to click that first link in the description and join the school community, South Asian Warriors. This is a school community, again, I'm building up to help South Asian men level up their dating life. Like and subscribe, drop a comment below, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.